What is up, guys? It's your boy Rick Kakis, and today we are going to be showcasing a brand new exotic catalyst that was just added into Destiny 2 within episode Revenant. However, this catalyst is for an old Beyond Light exotic weapon from years ago, and of course that weapon is the Salvation's Grip exotic grenade launcher. So what exactly does this new catalyst do, and how much better does it make the Salvation's Grip? Well, let's get started. Now, first off, of course, we need to take a look at what the base Salvation's Grip actually does. So, the intrinsic trait is called Cryo Cannon. You hold shoot to charge, and you release it to fire. This weapon's charged projectiles create a pattern of stasis crystals on impact and freeze nearby targets. Then it has another unique trait here, Shatter Shot. This weapon's uncharged projectiles deal bonus damage to stasis crystals and frozen targets. Rapidly destroying multiple stasis crystals reloads this weapon from reserves. Now, if you're someone who hasn't really been using the Salvation's Grip since Beyond Light, you might be going, wait, I don't remember the whole charge up mechanic. Well, what's this guy talking about? Yeah, the Salvation's Grip got a pretty dramatic overhaul somewhat recently, and so just as a whole, it's functioning a lot better right now than it was when Beyond Light initially released. In fact, after all the changes, the Salvation's Grip is one of the best stasis enablers in the entire game. Like, you just spawn so many crystals. You literally grip it and rip it, and there are stasis crystals all over your screen, which has massive synergies with your stasis subclass. We're going to dive more into that in a sec. But as for the brand new catalyst, here's what it does. It essentially gives the Salvation's Grip the brand new perk that was introduced on legendary weapons this season, Rhyme Stealer. So, destroying a stasis crystal or defeating a frozen target with this weapon grants you frost armor. And as you can imagine, there is like no easier way to trigger this perk than on the darn weapon that's designed from the ground up to spawn non-stop stasis crystals. You have Stasis Crystal, the weapon, and you now have a new exotic catalyst that will give you more benefits for shattering stasis crystals. I mean, this synergy is truly crazy. It is so easily to gain the effects of Rhyme Stealer, to gain these effects, to gain frost armor when using the Salvation's Grip. And the overall synergies you start to get when you incorporate this exotic catalyst is very, very good. Overall, guys, in case you couldn't tell, I actually am a big fan of this new exotic catalyst. Although it doesn't do anything absolutely crazy, it doesn't double the damage, it takes a weapon that does something very good, and that something is enabling stasis, spawning stasis crystals, and it gives you even more benefits for doing that thing. Now, in terms of synergies, it is outrageous. So now that you are spawning frost armor with your stasis crystals, on top of being able to, just naturally enable stasis synergies. For example, if we take a look here at some stasis fragments, we have stuff like Whisper of Fissures, where you can increase the damage and the size of blowing up stasis crystals. You have Whisper of Shards, where shattering stasis crystals temporarily boosts your grenade recharge rate. So both of those fragments, and many, many fragments within both stasis and prismatic subclasses, just by shooting and then, well, continuing to shoot the Salvation's Grip, you are triggering so many stasis synergies within your build. Heck, there's entire exotics like the brand new Mask of Fealty for the Hunter that gain advantages when using the Salvation's Grip. So this will give you a bounce of a bajillion Withering Blades. If you hit a stasis crystal with your Withering Blade, well, you can just spawn them with the Salvation's Grip, and that's what you're seeing a lot of in the background gameplay. It is a crazy combo. But now, guys, now that you're also getting frost armor, you just double down on those stasis synergies. Speaking of exotics, the reworked Icefall Mantles work really well with the Salvation's Grip plus the Catalyst. These will give you healing when you gain frost armor from literally any source, including the Salvation's Grip, right? So you shoot a Salvation's Grip, you spawn a bunch of crystals, you freeze a bunch of guys, you're probably going to get multiple stacks of frost armor. Not only are you adding on damage resistance when using this weapon just at a base level, but again with the Icefall Mantles, you're healing yourself on top of that. And speaking of those fragments, now you can dive into stuff like Whisper of Chains, where defeating targets while you have Frost Armor has a chance to create a Stasis Shard, and then you can start building into Shard Synergies. Another great one is the relatively new Whisper of Reversal. While you have Frost Armor, melee damage slows your target. So guys, it just is making the ultimate Stasis Synergy weapon have even more Stasis Synergy. Like, the benefits for using the Salvation's Grip, especially this season, on a Stasis class is crazy. And I say especially this season because there is multiple seasonal artifact perks that you can activate by just using this weapon. You have Hail of the Storm, which gives additional slowing benefits if you shatter stasis crystals. Obviously very easy to do. On top of that, you also have Brain Freeze, which gives you benefits for defeating frozen targets. Again, you're going to be doing that all the time. And now because of the Catalyst, you have an easy way to get Armor of Aramis active, which wants you to have Frost Armor. And then don't forget, the Salvation's Grip is a grenade launcher after all, so it gets all of the seasonal artifact grenade launcher benefits like Concussive Reload. So yes, if you shoot a non-charged shot at a boss, you're gonna weaken them on top of all of these other synergies you have going on. This is like episode Revenant, the weapon. Like, if you had one weapon that could trigger the most seasonal artifact perks in the game, it would be the Salvation's Grip. But guys, even if you are not using this weapon with a stasis build, you're getting a lot of advantages for using the Salvation's Grip. The overall ad control nature of this weapon is kind of crazy. Yes, it takes a bit to charge up, but if you shoot it into a group of ads, they're all getting frozen. And then one more shot can easily shatter all these stasis crystals and dispatch with pretty much everything other than mini bosses. Not to mention, this is actually an anti-champion weapon. Because freezing stuns unstopped champions, one charged shot of this weapon on an unstopped champion, that's stunning him, like instantly. So that's a huge advantage as well, guys. And now you are getting those advantages and also getting damage resistance, even again, if you are not building into stasis. And you're just getting Frost Armor as an added benefit for using this weapon while you're playing, you know, let's say Solar. That's pretty awesome too. Like, just 5 stacks of Frost Armor gives you what, 20%, 25% damage resistance in PvE? I mean, that's not as much as Woven Mail, but it's nothing to scoff at. And again, you are getting it from doing nothing differently. You don't have to have a special, you know, get a kill and then have a charged reload. No. You literally just use the Salvation's Grip exactly the same as you've been using it before, and now you get damage resistance when you're using it. So overall, I think this catalyst is incredible because the Salvation's Grip is just incredible in episode Revenant. I mean, I was unironically using the grip before I even got the catalyst on my Titan to so easily trigger a Diamond Lance, which also got boosted this season. And now you're telling me I have even more synergy, I have more protection when using something I was already using? It is just such a clear win with this catalyst. Again, if you guys get it, 100% worth leveling it up and putting it on the Salvation's Grip. And if you haven't been using the Salvation's Grip this season, it is a beast, especially in stuff like Onslaught, where you have to crowd control and enemies spawn close together. One shot is absolutely devastating, and again, adding that catalyst only improves on that devastation. Guys, that is going to be it for the video. Hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickKakis. That is linked in the description down below. Again, hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.